Well, meanwhile, thousands of people have been taking part in anti-migrant protests in cities in Central Europe. In the Czech capital, Prague, thousands of demonstrators took to the streets and a refugee centre was attacked with petrol bombs. One person was injured. There was also a protest in Calais. Around 150 demonstrators ignored a ban on marches and were involved in scuffles with French police. It comes as prosecutors there investigate a series of recent attacks on migrants. From Calais, Thomas Morgan reports.
Banned by the government, but they took to the streets anyway. Around 150 anti-Islamic Pegida protesters, angry with the migrants that they claim are ruining their lives and the port of Calais.
I'm a lorry driver, and 3 times I've driven to England and been threatened with a knife.
We must not let Calais die. Calais is part of France. Calais is France.
What started off as a quiet protest here today in Calais quickly escalated. Armed police kettled off this main road in the centre of town in an effort to disperse the crowd. Following some eruptions of violence, police made a number of arrests. This was one of several such demonstrations that took place across Europe today. Amongst some on the north coast of France, there is a growing resentment towards the 6,000 or so migrants living here in desperate conditions, trying to cross the Channel into Britain. And that resentment has turned to violence with a spate of attacks in recent weeks. Last week, Ahmed and his friends were assaulted by around 10 men with French accents and iron bars.
I make 2 operations, one in my head, stitches here, and one in my cheek. I repaired my cheek because it was broken.
Ahmed's friend was in hospital for 4 days after the assault, treated for severe concussion and a bleed on the brain. This volunteer-run legal centre in the so-called jungle camp has been helping several men who've suffered similar attacks.
For the last 2 weeks, we recorded more than 20 attacks that we have been able to record because some people are afraid to testimony.
Living in appalling conditions, many of these migrants say they were forced to flee from violence in their own countries. Now some are facing a backlash, even as they seek safety abroad. Thomas Morgan, BBC News, Calais.